Yoga teachers. Here's some just interesting random thoughts on yoga teachers. I'll start with my favorite yoga teacher. She's a pro athlete, married to a pro athlete, and she believes in the great teacher adversity. And because of her understanding of the physical body, her understanding of sports and calisthenics, she teaches a class like no other that's very, I will call it, it's a gentle yet strong force. That's not a great description. I'd say it's gentle. She has great music, like kind of party music, groovy music. A few of her songs really are misses, but that's because she puts herself out there with the music. It's great. Most of the songs are bang on, really cool. So music is good. Music selection is important to me in yoga class. And so is the push of the body, the workout. The workout itself in her classes, they are yoga, but they're more than yoga. It's yoga always with an edge. For instance, one of her classes that I think she developed on her own is called Core Power Flow. Core power. Yeah. A gentle core power. I don't know why I keep saying gentle. It's because even though she pushes you, she pushes you nearly to exhaustion, nearly to death. But she does it gently. I don't quite know how else to say that. And then there's my other favorite yoga teacher. Well, in my group of favorites, she suffers addiction and mental illness. And she is really working hard in those struggles. And she is a fantastic, knowledgeable yoga instructor. But she's a little silly and a little wacky and a little kooky and almost always overshares about her personal traumas. But what she's doing is she's just being intimate with the class. And some people hate it because they're closed emotionally, in my opinion. That's why they would hate that. But others who are open and recognizing themselves that they're also wounded, they're not judging this woman. They're feeling unity with her. And she brings the classroom to an energy level of unity that no other teacher, in my experience, has done. Except for my first favorite yoga teacher, who does the same. She does bring us to unity, not by sharing her personal traumas with us, but by putting us through trauma with her push to exhaustion. So it's a different kind of connection the class has in either example, but when you unify a room full of people in any way, shape, or form, you are a yogi. You're committing yoga. And now, another yoga teaching style. This yoga teacher, I would say, is advanced in her knowledge of the body. She is not specifically, apart from being a yoga teacher, to my knowledge, she's not specifically an athlete or a doctor or a calisthecistician, whatever this is called. But she's a singer, and she sings, just sometimes randomly with the music she's playing. Now, her music selection is her favorite music, and it's not my favorite music, but I greatly respect her for singing in front of people whilst working out. And then at the end of the class, while everyone is in Shavasana, and they are all laying down with their eyes closed, entering some sort of meditation or relaxation, then she'll sing a cappella, which, if you know anything about Pythagoras, the great initiate of times, he spoke to this as a healing agent, the sound of voice, of the human voice, in certain tones, in certain harmonies and rhythms, could heal certain ailments. And in her act of sending her vocal vibration into the room, she is also unifying a room full of people and committing yoga. But what do I mean? I've said this twice. I should explain. Committing yoga. Yoga, it means unity or yoke. Yoke not in the yolk of an egg. Yoke as in with oxen yoke. A yoke would join two oxen. So by committing yoga, I mean you are committing unification of some sort, of some vibration. Because I also subscribe to the idea of Tesla, Nikola Tesla, who was a Slav, who I share genetics with, tribal genetics with. I'm just saying, it doesn't really matter, but I'm just saying it's cool to me that I share genetics with such a great human thinker, Nikola Tesla. And Tesla, he said everything is vibration and frequency. And if you see the world like that, you will unlock mysteries of the universe. I'm paraphrasing that quote. And now I have a yoga teacher who I will describe. She's within my favorites. She's an underdog. She's insecure. She has anxieties. But she's forced herself to become a yoga instructor. She forces herself with such intensity to teach the class and commit yoga. And what I love about her is that she's struggling to break free from her fears and anxieties with a great passion and intensity. And what happens when an individual does this, I could relate because I do this often. Maybe this is also why she's in my favorites group of teaching style of committing yoga. In those moments where she's struggling to break free of her fears and anxieties through an intensity, she often and occasionally, randomly and accidentally commit magic, sparks, profound beauty. And yet this person is insecure. I could relate to that so well. We allowed each other to relate to each other about these things, so that's amazing for a teacher to do that. Amazing. And I have another yoga teacher in my life who I've never actually taken a class with. She's my sister, my physical genetic sister. And we share a lot of personality traits, etc. But we practice yoga as siblings. We unify. And her teaching style is, she challenges me to sit in my most uncomfortable, unwanted emotions. She challenges me to understand them and explore them. And she challenges me to move them. That is a very smaller version of committing yoga. Smaller is in the amount of people only. Energetically, who's to measure that? These are energies we can't see or measure yet. I say yet because I do believe we will be able to measure some of these energies and frequencies, as we are always learning in technology and developing in technology with different energies, aka 5G. It's a wavelength. A wavelength is an energy. Like Nikola Tesla said, everything's an energy. Everything's a frequency. And everything Things are vibrating.